Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Anime Over Analyst here, and today I wanted to talk about forgiveness in anime. So, this is gonna just be me talking off the top of my head type video. This isn't gonna be like an analysis type video, mainly because it's going to incorporate the latest season of Attack on Titan and the latest season of The Promised Neverland, both of which I do not know how to get screen captures for because of copyright issues and whatnot. So this is just going to be me more talking about my thoughts about this topic, just referencing those two anime. So if you haven't seen either of them, I'm just going to give you a fair warning, there's going to be some spoilers for those two seasons. Okay, so forgiveness in anime is kind of an interesting topic because I don't see it pop up very much. And sometimes it can be kind of cliche. Sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, the bad guys forgive the good guys, or yada yada, or the good guys forgive the bad guys. And sometimes it's one of those kind of cop outs that you feel in anime, and specifically in like the Promised Neverland, it felt more like a cop out. So to give you kind of a rundown of what happened in the Promised Neverland, what happened was that Norman kind of went on a murderous rampage and killed a whole bunch of demons through like a virus that can mutate demons, and then they like degenerate, and then they start killing each other. So I mean, I guess Norman didn't physically. Well, no. He still murked two demons in one episode, so he has killed demons. Um, so what made it feel like a cop out was lately, literally the same. Actually, it was like the next episode that he went on this murderous rampage. Emma goes up to him and goes, "Hey, you don't need to do any more killing. You don't need to burden everything on your own. It's okay, Norman." And Norman's like, "Oh, yeah, my bad." And then the demons go up to him, and there's a little girl that goes, "Oh, I heard that you were experimented on. Well, I'm sorry," because this little girl can vouch for the entire demon clan. And Norman goes, "Oh, I'm sorry for massacring all your people." And they're like, "Okay, all is well." And I'm sitting there like, why? Like, he gets no reparations whatsoever. It was just kind of like, why? And if you're following me reading through the manga, where I'm actually kind of at this point in the manga as well, uh, it's kind of the same deal. Although in the manga, I think they do a better job of showing Norman's psychology, kind of like his realization. Whereas here in the anime, it was just kind of more of look at Emma being wholesome and Norman realizing he's doing bad things. But they still needed a villain, so they threw Vincent in. So it was just kind of clunky, I think, and it just felt like a cop out because Norman did not get any consequences for killing off all those demons, for destroying those families, and maybe he doesn't need any consequences. Maybe he does. I don't know. Honestly, if you are the director of the show and you're going to establish this morality play where demons have like human feelings and whatnot, and humans can be monstrous, and just this kind of morality pitch. You gotta have some consequences for characters who betray that morality pitch, I should say. So, for example, Norman became kind of like the monster in in the show and in the manga. So it's like he needs to show some kind of consequence. And I'm not talking about him being sick, because I think that's a completely different topic. He got sick by the demons, but I'm saying this instance here where he made a choice and he went through with it until the end where he's doing a 180. Like that's what bothers me. It's like the whole slate just got wiped clean. So that's how the Promised Neverland handled forgiveness, and I think that's what happens a lot in anime. Is like the one group goes, "I'm sorry," and the other group goes, "I'm sorry," and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna just ignore everything that happened up until this point." So now we've got Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan approached this problem a little differently. Attack on Titan, what I'm talking about is the issue with Gabby and Sasha's parents. Basically, a quick rundown of that instance is that Gabby is a soldier. She's like an Eldian soldier for the Marleyan army, and she goes and kills Sasha. So she does that, and then she gets taken in by Sasha's parents without them realizing that she was the one that killed their daughter. So she goes, and they go to this banquet, and that is ran by a Marleyan, and who was in love with Sasha, by the way. And then the word gets out that she was the one that killed Sasha. So the Marleyan who ran the restaurant tried killing her. Sasha's dad tried killing her, and well, I'll get to the blonde girl in a second. So how that ended up was a little bit interesting, and I think that where that's going, I haven't seen the latest episode, mind you. I'm just talking off the top of my head from the previous episode. So, what I like about that is that it wasn't straight up forgiveness. It didn't feel like a cop out because what happened was is that uh, of Sasha's dad did uh, actually turn around and forgive her. And that was only when he saw uh, the Marleyan dude like smash a bottle over Falco's head. And he's kind of like, this is nuts. Everyone's trying to kill each other. And Gabby screaming like, hey, you should think of me like a monster or you're monsters. And she's all about monsters and demons because that's just how she thinks. So, uh, the fact that Sasha's father was like, okay, I can kind of see where Gabby's point of view is, where he, she, she sees, everything as monsters and whatnot. He does forgive her. You know, it's almost a cop out too. I'm not gonna lie. The more I'm thinking about it, like I said, this is just me spewing off the top of my head. Um, but still, I think what really, really shown, I think what really made it or made the consequences shown. I think this is what I want to talk about is the consequences. Gabby still got arrested. She and Falco still got arrested, and so they're still, things still going on with them. So they could still feel consequences for what they did, whereas Norman got no consequences whatsoever. So I think that's where I want to hit home with forgiveness in anime. It's okay to forgive. Sasha's dad forgave, but there's still hurt. And I think that was really shown with the blonde girl that I said I was going to hold off. The blonde girl was someone that Sasha saved early on. And sorry, my screen went dark. This is what happens when I talk too much. Uh, the um, blonde girl goes and after everything is all hunky dory, she then tries to kill Gabby again. And that scene there actually really shows that not everything is hunky dory. People are hurt because of these actions, and they're not going to forgive, or they're not going to forgive that easily. So that is super important. And the whole theme of Attack on Titan is like this cycle of war, this cycle of hatred that I think Aaron, for all he's trying to do, by the way, I think he's pulling a Loosh. I think he just wants everybody to gang up on him and then be like, Utopia for everyone if you defeat me. I think that's what's going on with Aaron. Anyways, uh, he's trying to break the cycle of hatred. So, yeah, I completely forgot where my my tangent went there. Uh, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna call the video here because I'm rambling at this point. I hope I kind of got my point across because this was a topic that I really actually wanted to talk about, mainly about the Promised Neverland part. But since I saw that Attack on Titan, I thought I'd include it in as well. Is just the element of forgiving someone in anime, and it's kind of like how to do it and how not to do it. For Promised Neverland, it was totally you should not do this. For Attack on Titan, it felt a lot better. It felt a lot more natural, I should say. Although, as you saw while I was making this video, I kind of began digging a little bit inside my head. I'm like, okay, it still is kind of a cop out. However, at least Attack on Titan showed the consequences of Gabby's actions. Gabby's actions still have consequences. They're not disappeared like Norman's, and I think that's the theme that I wanted to break down today. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. If you've made it this far, you are a real one. Thank you so much. Until next time, I've been the Anime Overanalyst, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.